Jnanakosha, Puranas, Introduction.
सर्गश्च प्रतिसर्गश्च वंशो मन्वन्तराणि च वंशानुचरितं चैव पुराणं पञ्चलक्षणम्.
Bhavishya Purana, the prediction of Buddhism. From the 29th chapter of the Pratisarga Parva, long ago in the country known as Chitraratha, the inhabitants of the heavenly planets used to come to play during the time of autumn. One day a heavenly Apsara known as Manjughosha came to that place where the sage Shukha was residing. Seeing this beautiful boy, she tried to attract him while singing and dancing, being overwhelmed by lusty desires. She praised him with a beautiful prayer, holding her hands and bowing down. Somehow she pleased the Muni. Then the glorious Shukha, hearing this auspicious prayer, asked her to request a benediction. Manjughosha humbly said, "O Lord, you are the protector of those who came to your shelter. Therefore I am at your shelter. Please become my husband." The sage accepted her, and after some time they produced a son named Muni, who performed austerity very strictly up to 12 years. He married the daughter of Sravanadeva and god of gold. They gave birth to a daughter named Kinnari. She was very young and beautiful. She performed austerity to please Lord Shiva, and as a benediction, Lord Shiva instructed her to a sober sage, Makaranda. Then her father Muni asked Lord Shiva to bless her so that they will successfully make progress in this world. Lord Shiva said, "Up to 30 years you will enjoy your country in the middle of the earth, then it will be destroyed." After hearing this, Muni went to his place with Makaranda and resided there. As soon as the 29th year started, the battle took place among those kings who took birth as the incarnation of the associates of Krishna. Bauddha, the lord of Nyuhas, the lesson people, attacked the beautiful city of Netrapala, thinking that this city is wonderfully decorated with various kinds of jewels. The powerful king Bauddha Simha, who had 7 million soldiers, fought with those kings who had only 3 million soldiers. The fight went on terribly between the armies for 7 days and nights. The great powerful kings who killed all the inimical armies protected by Bauddha Simha were Yoga Simha, Bhoga Simha, and Vijaya. After that, more Buddhists came from the countries known as Shyama and Japaka, and all of them were magicians. Again they had a large battle which lasted for 1 month. Then Netrasimha arrived with 7 million soldiers protected by 8 generals for the destruction of Buddhists. Being afraid, all the Buddhists left India completely and went to China to continue the war from there. The opposite army also continued following them. When they arrived on the bank of the Huha river, it was the month of Magha, the second half part of the month of January. The fight took place again. There were 1 million soldiers each from the countries of Syama and Japaka, and 10 million soldiers from China assembled for a fight. On the other side, Krishna, Hamsa, Deva, Netrapala, Mandalika, Dhanapada, Lalasimha, Talana, and Jana Nayaka were the generals, each of them having 1 million soldiers. There was a terrible battle between the Buddhists and the Aryans. In that war, 7 million Buddhists and 2 million Aryans were killed. Being afraid, the Buddhists ran away from the battle and went to their home to produce a wooden army with the help of a machinery arrangement. They made 10,000 elephants made out of wood, along with warriors, 1 million horses, 1,000 buffaloes, 1,000 hogs, 1,000 tigers, 1,000 swans, and 7,000 camels. All these creatures had wooden warriors on their back. Thus, with the wooden army, which was 1,25,000 in number, they killed 2 million soldiers protected by Krishna Amsas. Seeing this wonder, Jayanta, the expert fighter, shot fire arrows towards the wooden army so that they were immediately destroyed. Being burned to ashes, only 3 million Kshatriyas were left, and they glorified the proficient warrior Jayanta again and again. Then the Buddhists from China made a 20,000 strong iron horse cavalry and sent them to fight. The powerful warrior Yogasimha, riding on an elephant, held the bow and arrows in his hands and shot to the neck of the iron warrior. Being afflicted by the arrows of Yogasimha, 5,000 soldiers were killed. Seeing this, Bodhisimha made an iron tiger and sent it to Yogasimha. By the attack of that iron tiger, the brave Yogasimha was finally killed, and then Bhogasimha, riding on a horse, went to fight with the tiger. He killed the tiger by throwing a missile and roared loudly. Then a lion was sent to him by Bodhisimha, and thus he, Bhogasimha, was killed by a lion. When the son of Swarnavati was that his maternal uncles were already dead, he rode on a powerful horse and went to Bodhisimha. He took illusory arrows and put the opposite army into delusion along with Bodhisimha. He captured 10,000 kings, including Bodhisimha, and returned to Krishnamsas, having destroyed the mechanical army. Then all of them happily went to the city and forcefully looted the wealth from the palace, which was very opulent, and came back the fort of the king. Jayanta came and released Bodhisimha. After being released, he offered his daughter Padmaja to Jayanta and also offered 100 lakhs golden coins for the pleasure of his in-law. After that, the Buddhists made their vows there itself, saying, "We will never go to Aryadesha to invade the country." Then they offered their homage and left. They went to Netrapala with their 3 million remaining soldiers. The prediction of India's kings. From the 31st chapter of the Pratisarga Parva, Suta Goswami said, "The great powerful king of Madrakesha worshipped the mendicants of the heavenly planets, the Ashwini Kumaras, for 5 years, and after having received a benediction from them, he produced 10 sons and one beautiful young daughter named Kantinadi. King Madraka invited Maharaja Suryavarna, the present king of Hastinapura, and gave his daughter to him with proper conduct. Having accepted the new wife, Suryavarna quickly returned to his home with his army. There was a mystic demon named Karbura, the son of Bhighasina. When he saw Kantimati, the daughter of King Madrakesa, he came there and kidnapped her in their presence and went to a mountain called Sahyadri. Seeing this incident, Mahiraja became very upset and lamented again and again. Mahiraja came to Hastinapura and sent a message to Krishnamsa. He explained everything to him, and immediately with 500 warriors Krishnamsa went to Sahyadri mountain and said fearlessly, "O best of the demons, please listen. Your father Bhimasen Hashna is a great devotee, and you are the dear son of him. Therefore you should not act in this manner, which is the cause of the destruction of family. Do you remember long ago Mother Sita was kidnapped by Ravana, and what happened to him?" The Rakshasa said, "Previously she was the daughter of a Gandharva and my beloved wife, but because of a curse by a sage, she took birth on the earthly planet. Therefore, feeling her separation, I went to Madrakesha. Although I stayed there so many days, being afraid of the king, I could not kidnap her. Now she is in my control. But if you defeat me in battle, you can take her back. Then Krishnamsa started fighting with him with a sword, and it went on for 7 nights. Finally, he defeated the Rakshasa and with Kantimati came back to Delhi to see Mahiraja. The king Mahiraja offered 10 lakhs golden coins to the great Krishnamsa. Then he came to Pramadavana, or the forest called Pramoda, with his friend. Suta Goswami said there was a powerful king named Puranamala in Patana. He worshipped the Vasus for 5 years and received a benediction from them. By their blessings, he had 10 sons and a daughter named Vidyunmala. For the marriage of his daughter, he invited King Mahiraja, and with 7 million soldiers, he gave his daughter to the son of Mahiraja. Bhima came back happily to his home, Hastinapura, with his beautiful wife. Then the king of Paisachaka Desa, Shahoda, came with 10,000 Malechas to get Vidyunmala. They came to Kurukshetra by the order of Bali, the grandson of Prahalada Maharaja. They broke the deities of gods, killed so many cows, and in the places of sacred water they put cow blood. Shahoda, the Malecha king, wrote a letter and sent it to Mahiraja. King Mahiraja answered, O Malecha king, you are the master of the Malechasi. Why are you worried about Vidyunmala? You should know that I am the one who can shoot arrows just by hearing a sound, and I am the central point of the countries of the thieves. Then the king went to Kurukshetra with 3 million soldiers. There was a large, terrible fight between them. At night in the month of Jyeshta, Bali Maharaja came from Patala, the lowest region, and 10,000 demons, and killed the soldiers of the king very quickly, eating them again and again. The king, being afraid, took shelter of goddess Saraswati. After that, immediately Krishnamsa arrived and killed the 10,000 demons. They came to Bali, the lord of the demons, and pleased him with their words. Then Bali Raja said, I am very pleased with you. Now you can ask for any benediction. They said, these demons should never come to Aryadesha with you. All of you should stay always in Malaysia Desha and eat the flowers of Malaysia Dharma. Bali Raja became upset hearing these fearful, terrible words. Then Krishnamsa said, as long as I am in the world, you should simply stay in your home. After that, you come here and do whatever you like. Hearing this, the Malecha king Shahoda went back to Rasatala, the 6th lowest region of demons. The prediction of Nimbarka Acharya from the 7th chapter of Pratisarga Parva. The sun god, being pleased by the praise of the demigod, said, by the order of the Lord Krishna, Sudarshana will take birth in the Dwapara Yuga and will be known as Nimbarka. He will be able to remove the declination of religious principles. Suta Goswami said, now you hear about the pastime of the great Nimbarka. Lord Krishna personally ordered him to appear on the auspicious bank of Narmada river, which flows to the southern side of Mount Meru. That state is known as Tailangana, the place used by the Devarishis, the godly sages. Lord Krishna said, you receive knowledge from Devarishi Narada and establish the true principles of religion. You should remain in Mathura, Naimisaranya and Dwarka. Lord Sudarshana accepted the order of Lord Krishna, saying yes, and appeared on the earth to fulfill the desires of the devotees. There was a broad minded holy Brahman living in the auspicious state of Telangana. His name was Aruna and was well versed in the Vedas and Vedangas. His wife was known as Jayanti. They were living an austere life like the sages. The brilliant lustre of Sudarshana suddenly entered in the heart of Jayanti, and by that lustre she took brilliance like the moon. When the time arrived with all auspiciousness and good qualities, in Gaurav Paksha Purnima of Kartika month, Vrisha Rashi, the moon in Kritika, the 5 grahas, planets situated in higher places, in the evening at the time of sunset, in Masal Lagna, the Lord of the universe, Sudarshana, who engaged the whole universe in Vedic religion, appeared from Mother Jayanti as Nimbarka. One day Lord Brahma went to Nimbarka's ashram just before the sunset and said, "O Brahmana, I am very hungry. As long as the sun is in the sky, please give me something to eat. I will not eat after the sun sets." The Brahmana Nimbarka gave him food, and while he was eating, the sun went down. Then the Brahmana, by his power, kept a Sudarshana on a Nimbu tree. Lord Brahma wondered, seeing that sunlight shine, and paid his obeisance to the Brahma by lying flat on the ground. Pleased with his austerity, Lord Brahma said, "Excellent, you will become famous on this earth, and you will be known as Nimbaditya, Nimbarka, one who made the sun appear from a neem tree."